who've been writing into us through the day, and I want to introduce them. We've got Advocate Anubha Srivastava Sahai joining us this evening. She's the President, India-wide Parents Association. We also have Ariman Kakkar joining us. He's a Class 12 student of the Learning Path School. He's joining us from Chandigarh. We've got Ritvik Reddy with us. He's a Class 12 student, DPS Hyderabad. Abhijit Narayan, his nephew, actually, his niece, went through a similar ordeal in 2015, so he will be sharing his views about this. Aishwarya, a Class 10 student joining us from Bengaluru. Astyarth Das, the Class 10 student from South Point School in Kolkata. Manoj Sharma, he's a parent of a Class 10 student. I'm going to begin with Astyarth right now. Astyarth, if I can go across to you, you're joining us from Kolkata. You also gave your Class 10 board exams very, very recently.
Yes.
You know, board exams are probably the toughest time of the year. You know, we prepare, students prepare all year round. Each one of us have gone through those board exams. It's a tough period. Once you've given your exam and then you come to know that there will be a retest because there has been a scandal in some way or the other, that hurts a lot. How do you feel about this controversy?
Now the thing is that for us, we are Class 10 students, and this was the first time the CBSE had reintroduced the system of board exam for the entire syllabus, and it was really tough for us. We studied hard for the whole year, and after finishing our maths exam, and we were actually happy about the exam, that we had given the exam very good, and we had plans throughout the year that we'll read this storybook, we'll watch these movies, we'll enjoy with our friends, we'll go to this place and that place. And the CBSE makes us take the exam, and then we come home, we enjoy, and we make plans, and then they say that no, your exam is cancelled. So my first question to CBSE is that CBSE, we are not machines, we are human beings. We have struggled for 1 year, we have studied. And so you can't tell us that, okay, you are done with, your machine has to stop now, you can do whatever you want to do, and then after 1 hour, you tell us, okay, reboot your system, your exam has not ended. How can this happen, and how do we retain our zest? How do we retain our zest, and how do we give the exam? How do we perform to our best? How do they expect us to do, and how dare do they want us?
I can understand.
How dare they do this? This is my question. This is the question of 28 lakh students across India, not just me.
I can understand what you're going through, Astyarth, and I appreciate the fact that you're coming up and speaking, because I'm sure the HRD ministry and the government, people who are in the government, are watching. Let me also go across to Aishwarya. Aishwarya will be joining us in just a bit, but I believe we have another student, Ritvik, with us. Ritvik is joining us from Hyderabad. Ritvik, did you also
Yes.
give this exam?
Yes.
Will you also have to give a retest in the days to come?
Yes. No, I don't want to give a retest because I'm a grade 12 student and I have my entrance exams coming up in May. I aspire to be a law student, and my common law entrance test is coming up in May, and I have made schedules and I want to prepare for these entrance exams. But then this decision by the CBSE to conduct the examinations again for economics is a shocker to many of us, because our future depends upon these entrance exams. For most of us, the colleges, they don't consider our board exams. They consider the marks we score in the entrance tests. So if the CBSE asks us to prepare for the economics exam again, and then we have to prepare for entrance exams too, as my friend just said, right now we are not machines, we are humans. Because we made a schedule according to the schedule the CBSE has given us. March 26th was supposed to be our economics exam, and we prepared for it, and we given it honestly. We are not involved in the leaks. We didn't receive the papers. The leak, as far as I've heard on the news, the leak was mainly controlled in the Delhi region. The police said that 1,000 people in and around Delhi
and you feel,
have received
Ritvik,
the paper via WhatsApp.
You feel that for the fault of about 10-15 people, because if there is a scandal in Delhi, the entire country is paying for it? You're paying for something that you haven't even done? You gave your exam honestly, you studied all year round, and you are having to pay for someone else's fault?
Exactly. Yes, as a law student, there's a saying that 100 criminals can be let free, but even one innocent person cannot be held guilty for something he didn't commit. That is the saying. We cannot be held responsible for something which
one of our
the students in Delhi have done.
Astyartha wants to speak. Absolutely. Astyartha, you were saying something. Please go ahead.
Why should we suffer for a fallacy in the CBSE administration? Yes, why should we suffer for a fallacy in the CBSE administration and for 30 or 40 miscreants who adopt unfair means, who do not study for the year round and who think that money can buy everything? Like, I am not personally, I do not hate mathematics. I like mathematics as a subject, even though I have opted for humanities in class 11. But I can relate with people who do not like mathematics and they are not criminals, because you can like one subject, you cannot like one subject. And there are many people across India, across the world, who like one subject, who do not like one subject. So many people, after they opt for their class 10 exams, they think that, okay, we are done with our maths exam and we don't have to study maths anymore. So what the trouble for them and people who have learning disabilities, people who have health issues, this is extremely abominable and CBSE cannot do this. The government cannot do this. PM Modi cannot remain shut on this issue when he can tweet every minute, every day on every negligible issue. This is a demanding issue. This is an issue that the country wants to know about, and he cannot remain numb today at this point of time. He just can't remain numb.
Okay, Astyartha, I
and the minister cannot laugh it off.
People in the HRD ministry and the government are watching.
He cannot laugh it off.
Absolutely, he cannot laugh it off. I completely agree with you. We're getting an update. I believe there's going to be a briefing in a few minutes from now by a senior official of the HRD ministry, and the HRD minister has also spoken today. Let's try and listen in what he says, and then we'll go across to all our students and parents and friends.
Here you are dealing with education problems today. But today also, I am also facing one problem in the country. It's a problem of paper leak. So, how to solve it? That's also a challenge. And I am throwing this challenge to the students. It's an open innovation challenge. After the hackathon also over, some people can work and give us suggestions.
All right, just imagine, there has been a massive paper leak and you have Prakash Javadekar, the HRD minister, is smiling and saying, today I am also facing a problem. It's a problem of a paper leak, and I ask students to come out with innovations to stop this. And we also have an update. The CBSE chairperson has reached the HRD ministry office. I'll go across to the parents on this panel right now. We've got Anubha Srivastava Sahai. Anubha Sahai, I'd like to ask you about this. You know, this is a very serious issue. Students and parents across the country have been affected. Yesterday, you had the HRD minister defending the record of the CBSE, and today he was smiling and laughing while referring to this paper leak as if it wasn't a big issue at all.
See, situation across India is it's like a tsunami which has come in India because of this CBSE scam, I would say. And the sufferers are the children, poor innocent children. They are suffering because of the negligence on part of CBSE. And it's complete violation of the child rights. I would request even the NCPCR to step in. They have the power to take suo motu cognizance of any such cases. And this is a very serious case. Not only HRD, now even NCPCR should come in, should take suo motu cognizance and also issue summons to all the CBSE officials as well as the chairperson. Why is she sitting quietly, and why is the government not taking any action on the CBSE officials? And let NCPCR step in and take suo motu cognizance.
We can absolutely understand.
Summon the CBSE chairperson and as well as
we completely understand
all the officers, because there is a huge violation of
she has arrived at the
child
HRD.
rights violation.
Absolutely, she's arrived. The CBSE chairperson has arrived at the HRD headquarters. Let's see what happens. But this is a demand on Republic TV. This is what most parents and students are saying. Sack the CBSE chief. Make the CBSE chief and other officials who are handling all this, make them accountable. Let's go across to Snehesh and Nalini this evening. They're joining us from the residence of the HRD minister. Snehesh, you had those bunch of mails. We had thousands of responses coming in since morning. You delivered them to the HRD minister. What was the response? What was the assurance that you gave? Tell us about the entire process.
Well, Parikshit, we have the documents with us. These are the mails that have been written by anguished parents and children. Now, these mails, these letters we've been receiving every 10 emails per minute is the kind of speed at which we are receiving. We've received thousands of these emails from concerned parents and children, and we're right now outside HRD Minister Prakash Javadekar house, where we would be delivering these letters. Now, we also have a covering letter, written, which is communicating people's outrage over CBSE class 10 and 12 exam paper leak. Now, I have my colleague Nalli. She'll talk to us about what are the students saying, what are the parents who've written to Republic, who've also written personally to the Republic Editor-in-Chief Arnab Goswami. Nalli, these letters in your hands, what do they say?
Well, Snehish, in the past 2 days, we've seen a lot of outrage coming out onto the streets, especially in the national capital. But there's also been a lot of inside outrage, people who have not come out. And that's how, through these letters, that's what people have expressed. The kind of anguish that they feel because of this entire thing that has happened within the CBSE, because of the kind of leak that has happened of these papers and the kind of anguish that the students have had to go through because of that. So taking that into consideration, of course, it's a lot of sadness that has been expressed, a lot of anger. The parents are basically asking for some sort of solution, either from the CBSE or from the HRD ministry themselves.
So
but somebody to come out with some valid
some of those
answers
mails
on exactly how this nexus operated, exactly how this leak actually happened.
Parikshit, for example, these are the letters, these many letters have been written to us. People are writing every time, every minute. We've been receiving at Republic over 10 emails each from anguished parents and children. One of these, it says, this is from Dimant Nevatia. He says, "Dear Arnab sir, I saw your video on Facebook which enlightened me to share this very important information and a scandal It talks about, what steps need to be taken. He says, today I really tried to get this book, but couldn't. And we parents and students are the people who are suffering ultimately. I hope you can find us justice." And he also says that, Republic is doing a commendable job tracking down the guilty. He says, the guilty should be made accountable. One cannot play with the lives of thousands of children. There's another letter written by Sanya Soni. She's a class 12 student from Gurgaon. And she says, on behalf of all the students of class 10 and 12th, I like to address our anxiety due to reconduction of the mathematics and economics exam. Due to the carelessness of CBSE officials and some corrupt-minded people, our efforts have been ruined. Now, this is the anguish that these children are facing. They prepared for a year, they prepared day in, day out for these exams. But, absolutely. And now, what we're going to do is that we are going to go and deliver these letters to
saddening to
Prakash
hear those
Javadekar, who's the HRD minister.
That's right, Snehish. We will be following that very, very closely as well. I'll go back to our panel. We've got a number of students joining us, a lot of aggrieved parents. Abhijit is with us in our studios. And Abhijit, you were telling me before the show began that in 2015, your niece went through something similar and you wrote several times to the government, this very government. You got no response. Did you write to the CBSE as well?
Okay. I'm a very sad parent, actually. My niece appeared for 10th exam in 2015 and her result was withheld. And why this is happening? Because there is a nexus going on between the school and the CBSE board. I fought with HRD ministry. I have written many letters to them. I fought with CBSE. I had a fight in the sense I have written many letters to the schools, but nothing happened. Ultimately, because the number was very less, there were around 100-120 students whose results were withheld. So nothing happened because our voice was, we were not able to make our voice to the right people. So ultimately, my niece suffered complete 1 year. And I give a challenge to the entire CBSE board. Either my niece would have appeared for CBSE exam, she would have been the topper. Ultimately, next year when she appeared for 10th exam, she was topper of her district. She appeared for the state exam because, again, if you have to appear for 10th, you have to get registered in 9th class, and then again you will be able to 10th. So, without, So my niece decided not to lose 2 years. Instead, she appeared for the state exams and she was topper. So my point is, this nexus is going on for a very long time.
And
I have suffered.
Honest people.
Yeah.
Sharif bacche affect ho rahe.
Yeah, and the main thing is,
Manoj, Abhijit, I'll also go across to more parents. Many of them want to speak up right now. Manoj Sharma joining us. He's the parent of a class 10 student. Manojji, I'd like to ask you. We've got Abhijit here. He's feeling very sad about what has happened. Yeah. He's gone through something similar himself with the CBSE and the HRD ministry. Today, when you know that your ward, your son or daughter will have to give his or her exam again, how does that make you feel? Because I'm sure you've seen your child go through all that pain for the last 1 year, and having to go through all of it again for the next few days, that's not good.
Hello. 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 Can you hear me?
Manojji, can you hear me?
Hello.
Manojji,
Yeah.
Can you
No,
hear
I can
me,
hear
Mr.
you.
Sharma?
Yeah, I am watching your Republic. Yeah. No, I am hearing you. Hello. Hello.
Yes,
No, I am
please go ahead.
Hello. Katwari. Hello.
All right.
Hello.
Mr. Sharma, we're just correcting the audio. We'll come back. We'll come back to you. Let me go across to Alicia. Alicia is joining us from Mumbai. Alicia, how does this really make you feel? There are so many young friends of ours who are going to be sitting for competitive exams. They want to look to the future. Their school life is getting over. Some of them are moving to class 11. Some of them would be moving to colleges. And then you get this root shock. Many students have, every student in the country is studying honestly. Just because a few have faltered, there is a nexus, there is a gang working somewhere in New Delhi. The entire country will have to face this.
You're right, Parikshit. Actually, we are in the Borivali now. The people here, the parents and the students of the 10 CBSE people, they are the condemning the re-examination here. That the students, and they even, I'll tell you one thing, that they have written a letter to the Vinod Tawde, the Education Minister of Maharashtra, and they'll be going tomorrow to meet the Education Minister Vinod Tawde. Before that, we'll talk to some of the students and we'll get to know, as there's been told that the re-examination is going to conduct again. What are your opinion and what you want to say?
First thing, that according to us, we have studied very hard, and so the re-examination should not be conducted. And why should we we should not be giving these exams because of some other people who have gone through the leaked papers and all. So we should not be giving this re-examinations, and therefore.
With the students, we'll talk to the parents also. So we know to know that the students again, they are going to do their re-examinations, and even you have written the letter to the Vinod Tawde. Correct. So what are your demands and why you condemning things, and is it tomorrow there will be again the protest against it?
So it is very simple. We are not going against anyone. What we wanted is very simple thing, that our children work hard throughout the year, and it is their effort which they have done through for the years, where the portion is almost the double, which was not the case earlier. Now the issue here is, if the leakage has happened into a particular area which has been investigated by the agencies which has been appointed by government, not by us, and they have clearly stated that there are thousands of people, students, I think 1,000 students is what the number which I have seen. The 1,000 students we have, I think, where the paper has been leaked. So I don't understand why it is being given to everyone. Why everybody is punished for that? If the government agencies knows, and they are still able to find out more and more people who was into this leakage, they should straight away punish those people rather than punishing all over.
परीक्षित देखा यहाँ पर जितने बच्चे हैं, हम फिर उनसे बात